But right now, the latest on the war between Israel and Hamas. The UK says a Royal Navy ship in the Red Sea was a potential target for an overnight missile barrage. These are images newly into us from the Royal Navy. UK and US warships shot down 21 drones and missiles that were fired by Houthi rebels. It's being called one of the largest barrages yet. Houthis have been targeting commercial shipping in support of Hamas. The U.S. is leading an international task force to protect Red Sea shipping. That includes Canada. The overnight attack happened just hours before U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken took his shuttle diplomacy mission to the West Bank to meet with the Palestinian Authority leader. Abby Kugathasan has the latest there.
We're hearing from a U.S. spokesperson that these talks were productive on administrative reforms and that the U.S. supports steps to create a Palestinian state. The U.S. would like to see a reformed or revamped Palestinian Authority play a role in governing Gaza after the war ends. The future of the enclave is very much a major agenda item on Blinken's tour of the Middle East. He has been in other countries speaking with Arab leaders. He was in Israel yesterday as well. We expect that Abbas brought up his main asks during this meeting, which includes a ceasefire in Gaza, an end to Israeli settler violence in the occupied West Bank, and the creation of an independent Palestinian state that includes Gaza and the occupied West Bank. A Palestinian statement following this meeting underscores that Gaza is integral to the state of Palestine. Now, the U.S. does support a two-state solution, as does Canada, but the Netanyahu government does not. Here's what Blinken said ahead of these talks with Abbas on the cooperation that is needed for an enduring peace.
Israel must stop taking steps that undercut Palestinians' ability to govern themselves effectively. Extremist settler violence carried out with impunity, settlement expansion, demolitions, evictions, all make it harder, not easier, for Israel to achieve lasting peace and security.
Now, this morning, a former Israeli ambassador to the U.S., Michael Oren, said that Blinken sounded tone-deaf to most Israelis with his messaging, which was focused on protecting Palestinian civilians in Gaza, as you just mentioned. Oren also said most Israelis do not support the Palestinian Authority being involved in Gaza down the line. The Netanyahu government itself has not publicly laid out its post-war requirements for Gaza as of yet. So, yes, there are differing policy points between the U.S. and the government of Israel, but some would argue where it actually matters, like military aid for Israel and backing Israel in the UN Security Council, Washington, Heather, is not wavering in any way.